Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jeff Higgins from Higgins Storm Chasing. It is Saturday afternoon, the 14th of October 2017. Okay, let's have a quick live look at what's happening with the weather, rain and thunderstorms across northeast New South Wales, southeast Queensland, central, and why Brisbane isn't getting any yet and at the moment. Okay, you can see inland here there is an upper trough which is starting to become cut off. That's an upper level layer of cold air, if you like, and what that does is it mixes with the warm moist air being fed onshore from the ocean to generate scattered showers or widespread showers and thunderstorms, especially across northeast New South Wales, SEQ and inland. That trough runs right up in here to Blackall and Longreach, so we expect thunderstorms right through the central inland as well later on this afternoon and this evening. There's also a trough that's deepening along the northeast New South Wales coast and southeast Queensland coast as well. That generates onshore flow, there, and you can see the storms are actually trying to move backwards from the southeast to the northwest, and that's because the winds are coming from that way. All right, let's have a look at the Brisbane radar here now, and I'm going to show you something that's happening on here for Brisbane. This is specifically for Brisbane, Ipswich, Gold Coast, why you guys haven't had any activity yet. I'll just get the latest frame here now. All right, what we've had develop up here through the Sunshine Coast and down into the Darling Downs earlier this morning, you'll see my pointer moving around there slowly, is a weak surface trough where the winds come together, and that generated that activity through there. Also, just now recently, the surface trough down in northeast New South Wales, which has produced heavy rain, is slowly moving north. So Brisbane, Ipswich, Gold Coast has kind of been in this dead zone where the trough is developing offshore here. It's wrapping onto northeast New South Wales across the coast, and then it's curling back up through inland parts of the southeast there, through the Lockyer Valley Scenic Rim. Leaves Brisbane, Ipswich, Sunshine, Gold Coast in a little bit of a dead zone, and now that rain is clearing the Sunshine Coast, it'll probably relax up here for a little bit as well. But that's going to change, and this is what I'll show you. Also out here off Fraser Island, we are expecting a surface low, not right at the surface, but just above the surface to develop, just out here and spin clockwise like that. Now what that will also do is deepen the onshore flow anywhere south of the low from, say Maryborough, Gympie south, right through the southeast coast of northeast New South Wales. This onshore flow will deepen. In turn, that produces heavier showers, rain areas and thunderstorms across that region as the more it spins up. Now let me go over here. Bear with me for a minute. I'm doing all this live and I'm trying to bring you up the latest pictures. So let me go over here and show you something about northeast New South Wales and why that's important to the southeast Queensland and Brisbane and Gold Coast and that area in particular. Just here, where I'm running the pointer now, is the bottom of the surface trough. It comes in offshore from the northeast across the coast and then curls back up like that. See down further down south where the surface trough is actually crossing the coast? Look at that heavy rain activity from Grafton, Casino, Lismore, and thunderstorm activity as well. Very heavy rainfall. It's warned for flash flooding down there. This is forecast to track north. So as it tracks north, so does the heavy rainfall. So areas such as Brisbane, Ipswich and Gold Coast, by 10 o'clock tonight or even early in the morning, or 10 o'clock tonight I'm expecting it to come in, the trough will move north and drag this rain up with it. All right, I'll quickly show you on our charts. I won't show you that one, and I'll scroll right back to the start, which is here somewhere, 4 p.m. this afternoon at the surface. So I'm showing you surface winds. They're very, very important to understand this because it answers a lot of questions. Here's the winds at the surface at 4 p.m. this afternoon, which is in about 30 minutes' time. You can see how they've crossed the coast there in northeast New South Wales, especially between Coffs and Lismore. See the strengths there? And that's why we're getting an increased thunderstorm and rain activity there. Brisbane, Ipswich, Gold Coast in a little bit of a dead zone. So is the Sunshine Coast this afternoon. And then that links to a trough back through the inland. As we progress in the timeline, you can see that also there's a surface low just above the surface developing up here near Fraser Island Bundy. That's the one I just spoke about. See how it drags these southeaster real moist winds in from the ocean? Increases rain and storm activity across the region. If we move out to 10 p.m. tonight, you can see that the surface low is continuing to develop. That increases the onshore flow to the south. And right down at the surface, you can see that that trough has moved from northeast New South Wales, and it's right up to Brisbane now. All right, so it is moving north, developing further as it goes. Will pull this showers, thunderstorm and rain areas in off the coast. There is a potential for moderate to heavy falls in any of this because of the amount of moisture. The moisture levels are obviously very, very high, as you can feel last night, yesterday, this morning. Very, very high humidity levels in the atmosphere. So 7 a.m. Sunday morning, onshore flow. The showers and rain areas continue from about Bundaberg south. You can see that there on the rain charts, about Bundy south. Don't worry about little pockets here that don't show anything. It's generalised from there down to Coffs Harbour on Sunday morning. That is expected to hang around and potentially increase on Sunday afternoon, especially from Bundaberg down to Lismore. Then you'll have inland storms through the southeast inland where there's a little bit more heat, but generally through the southeast coast, Wide Bay, Burnett, Northern Rivers, we'll be looking at scattered showers, rain areas, moderate to heavy falls through Sunday. Now on Monday morning, I'm just going to only show you this briefly, and then I've got to go. But on Monday morning and through Monday, there is concerns for some very heavy rainfall activity anywhere from about Gympie to Brisbane. This has been holding on the GFS model now for a few days, and there have been potential falls up to 600 for the day. If this heavy rain area pulls up and parks over an area and becomes a big generating thunderstorm that doesn't move, then you're going to have some serious flood issues. Not putting the alert out just yet, but we're certainly watching this, and as we get closer, say by Sunday, we'll know if this is a risk or not. But the models are certainly painting the potential there for some heavy falls. And you can see it here as well on the next 3-day rainfall chart. Anywhere areas south from Bundaberg to Lismore to Coffs Harbour, they've probably picked up theirs, probably shifted up to Lismore, 100 mil plus. All right, for the next 3 days. A lot of this here, this 200 to 300, this target, could fall in a few hours or during 6 hours or on Monday or even tomorrow on Sunday. The model's showing a potential for very heavy rainfall to develop between about Bundy and the Gold Coast, more likely between Brisbane and the Sunshine Coast, Gympie. It's been holding that. So I have to watch that. Those sort of rainfall totals cause issues. Flooding, highway, roads, closed, all that sort of stuff. Right, that's enough from me, guys. I hope that explains what's happening, the situation and what's happening, why Brisbane, Ipswich, Gold Coast is missing out. I don't expect that to last much longer. It's just the way that the winds and the troughs have been positioned at the moment. Coffs has picked up nearly 200, I think. There's been other areas. Anywhere under these storms are copping about the 50 mil quick. So yeah, plenty of rainfall about, guys. It's just a matter of not if, it's when it hits the areas that have missed out so far. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and stay safe.